Hey, welcome back to this YouTube channel where our goal is to help people be able to break the chains of their past so they can unlock the doors to their future so that they can learn how to become successful at both the business of life and the business of actually doing business. So before we actually get started, I want to make sure that if you're liking the content that's on this channel, then make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and then the notification button so that you can get all the notifications when we update new content here. I have another question from one of the subscribers. This was a little while back, but I've got this question from a lot of people that's not even just if you've been incarcerated before, just a lot of people that's been going through life and they feel that life is beating them down and they want to be able to change that, but they're at a point where they almost feel like giving up. So this is where I come in at. I didn't start my life over till I was almost close to 35. Matter of fact, I didn't have my first job till I was 35. That first job happened to be a job that I was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken, making $7.25 an hour, while part-time or my side hustle at the time, I was pushing a push lawnmower to try to rebuild my life after making tons of horrible mistakes from the ages that I was 15 till I guess to about 32. That's the last time when I got out of prison. About 35, I decided, you know what, I had enough of the streets. I'm changing my life. No, about 32, 33, I decided I had enough of the streets. I'm changing my life around. Left the streets, I had $140,000 saved. And I thought that, you know what, my next phase of my life, it was off to the races. Everything's going to be doing good because my intentions was really genuine to start making big changes inside my life. At that time, 35, I had 3 years I was even sober. No drinking, no smoking, no drugs. After 17 years of drug use, because I started when I was 15. So by all accounts and purposes, I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready. I didn't take into account that, hey, you know what? You had 12 gold teeth. I had 12 gold teeth at the time. You also have over 15 felonies. I had a lot of felonies. You also been to prison 4 times. And just because you decide that you want to change in life doesn't mean that anyone else owes to give you an opportunity. I didn't have that mindset at the time. I just thought because I was going to change that things were going to be great. So I left with that much money I had in the street. This is about 2009, economy going down, everything going under. It's been like 2.5 years later. I wasted all of that money and ended up with nothing. I had to get me a job. That job was at Kentucky Fried Chicken, like I said before, making $7.25 an hour, pushing a push lawnmower. Oh, and I also had 3 child support payments. I'm going to keep that story a little bit short. I write about it extensively, of course, in my book, The Reverse Effect, The 7 Life-Changing Principles. You can get you a signed copy. I pay for the shipping if you pay for the book. Yeah, that's basically, where I found myself. But, the difference is that I never felt like giving up. Oh, if you guys want to skip around to different parts of this video, different subjects that I'm talking about, I have timestamps below inside the description section of this. So if sometimes you want to skip over some of this intro talk and you just want to get straight to the question or the meat and potatoes, well, these are all going to be meat and potato videos because I'm not here to bring any type of fluff. You can actually just skip around to different subject matters that we might talk about. So that's what I actually got from here. So I want to get right into what the subscriber said. Actually, I'm going to post the link also in the description section to the original video that this person commented on. This video I put up probably was about 5 years ago, so it's super crappy. Transition, super sucked. I almost wanted to delete it, but it has, a lot of views on it and a lot of comments and interactions, and I was able to actually, communicate with people that way. So it's still up. So when you go back and you see that video, remember it's crappy. I hope that goes as a lesson to a lot of people out there too, because there's so many people that wants to wait till everything is just right before they get started, instead of just getting started and then making everything just right. Hope that made sense. All right. So here goes the question. Um, this is by TJ Don. Um, I'm ready to give up, man. I have a felony and 2 misdemeanors, and I wanted to go to school for real estate. They made that hard. Then I tried to get my dealer's license. They basically says no from the requirements. I'm 28 and I want to make it so bad I'm hungry and I don't know what to do. I don't really have skills. I'm very handy, but I don't know much. I'm good with business and that's it. I don't know. Pretty good with business. Okay, let me keep going forward. And a warehouse won't take care of my family. I sometimes want to cry. I know I messed up and I owned up to it, but it seems like the road is blocked everywhere. So that's a big one, and that's a lot of things that a lot of people are actually going through. One good thing on his side is I will say that at the time he was only 28. I guess he's 30 now. At 28, I still had 2 more times to go to prison. So I didn't even consider getting out the streets at 28. So 28, 30, that's plenty time to reconstruct your life. But that's going to be very difficult. Now I want to answer a certain part of this question right here where he says he almost wants to cry. He wants it so bad, but he don't know what to do. And he doesn't have skills, but he's pretty handy. If you're kind of handy, that is a skill set. But one of the things that to directly talk about that part inside here is that you're hungry. You know, being hungry is not good enough. All right? Being hungry just means you're hungry. You have to be hungry and you also have to seek greener pastures. You have to seek out the places that's going to allow you to get the nourishment that you need so that you can grow like you want. That means that you're probably not going to be able to hang around the same people. You're probably not going to be able to listen to the same music. Or the time that you can listen to the same music, but the time that you normally take to listen to music should be replaced with something else. You know, you're probably not going to be able to do it with the same mindset that you have right now. And how do we shift mindsets? We either got to get around mentors or people that's going to help us, or we got to get into these books right here. You know, my book, I talk about mindset a lot inside there, but that's what you're going to have to do. Listen, the last 5 businesses, matter of fact, every stream of income that I use to make money right now is not something that I had a skill set in doing before. When I first started doing my lawn service, I didn't even know how to start the weed eater string. I eventually had that. I bought some lawn equipment, about $15,000 worth, ended up waking up one morning, everything was stolen. That's what kind of took me finally all the way back to -0. Talk about that, of course, inside the book too as well. Personal training. I exercise because I always exercised since I was young, and then of course going to jail we exercised, but I didn't know how to train people. I had to learn that. I wrote a book. I wrote this book to be able to show people that the lessons that I've learned and the process that I have to help people be able to break the chains of their past and unlock the doors to their future is a very real process that anyone can follow. But I had no passion for writing. Matter of fact, I had dyslexia at the time. I got into this photography stuff. Right in front of me right here, I got this Sony a7S III, which is a pretty kind of expensive camera, and you can't, with a 24-70 Sony G Master lens on the front of it, that's about $6,000 worth of gear right there. I also got a Sony a7R IV over here out in the corner back here. I have all this computery, technology stuff down here that you can't see, and I'll show you guys in this video clip that you can see up here of where I started 5 years ago. I had none of this stuff. This stuff was a cell phone. No camera equipment, no desire to even do photography, videography, stuff like that. But what I did have is a desire to get to where I want to be in life. And I knew that I would not stop at anything to make this happen. That even included learning things that I did not know. It even included learning things that I had no passion for. I hate to say I hated cutting grass because I do appreciate that part of my journey because it gave me certain skill sets. It gave me a certain resilience. It gave me a certain appreciation for being able to sit home and make money, to be able to sit home and help people in places that my feet have never been, to be able to be on vacation and still have a staycation, to be able to, make several different streams of income and to show other people how to do it. Don't worry. That is definitely one of the main things we're going to be talking about on this channel right here. But, we got to set certain things up right here. But to get back to this, what I was saying is that it doesn't matter what you don't know right now. What you have to do is be clear on what you do and be willing to do whatever it takes to get there, and then watch how things start shifting. Hey, there's nothing wrong with feeling like crying either. The thing is don't let it decide to stop you. All right. So another thing that he says is, I'm ready to give up. I took a realtor license, tried to go to school for real estate. Try to get a dealer's license. See, this is the thing, is that you can go to school for real estate or you can get denied from that. I'm not really into the real estate realm, so anyone in the comment section, if you're watching this, you can definitely go ahead and answer this for me. But you can learn how to sell houses. You can learn how to buy houses. But first, you probably have to learn to get up the money to actually be able to do that. And that's going to be a learning curve. A lot of the things that we want to do, we seem to think like we have to be certified. Matter of fact, that goes back to the title of the video that I'm talking about on this. You'll see the link below is, if you got a felonies, I tell you don't go to college. That was almost 5-6 years ago. I still believe that. Matter of fact, I believe unless you're going into a real technical field where just because you have this degree, it would create you an opportunity for a job or career path, I don't recommend doing that, especially if you have an entrepreneurial spirit. There is so many ways right now that you can actually make money without a college degree, but you can learn all the information that people that go to college have, and you could then use this information to generate income. You have to just know what you want. Do you want to generate income, or do you want the status of saying that I have this certain type of certification or this certain type of degree? Me, I'm about income. I don't even call myself a business owner. I call myself an income stream creator. I don't want to own a business. That doesn't mean anything to me. What I want to do is create the financial freedom that I believe that I require, so that if I cannot work anymore, or at least to a point that I don't ever have to ask anybody else for a job, that I can live at a certain status in life and don't have to worry about money, so that I can live. And that's what it's about. So on this one right here is the things I got to be able to say is, man, if you're 28, 29, 30, the reason I told part of my story earlier is because I didn't actually really start over until I was about 35. I'm 48 now. Yes, and it took some time. There was a lot of skill sets that I had to learn. But guess what? Whether you decide to do something now or not, that time is still going to pass. If I tell someone, hey man, this is going to, in a year, I'm going to show you how to start making 4 and 5, and in 2 years, potentially 6 figures, doing something that you hopefully might like or love. And they might say, man, but 2 years? First of all, whether you do something or not, 2 years are going to pass. But I also like to challenge people with this. So if you get a job, how many raises do you think you're going to get in 2 years? How many raises do you think you're going to get in 5? So if you're a felon, if you're someone that's pretty much starting over, you don't have the degrees, or you do have degrees, but you're starting over and you're over 30, over 35, the fastest way that you're going to rise to a top is going to be a top or a platform, or from a platform that you build. That's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on developing our own skill sets so that we can provide a valuable service to someone so that they can return payment for that service. And that payment will be something that we're satisfied. And that satisfaction can help us actually rise and have the means to be able to take care of ourselves and the people around us. So that's what I would answer to that question right there is, listen, never give up. Don't give up until you're dead. If you're still alive and you feel like giving up, and first of all, if you're in your 20s and 30s and you feel like giving up, all the people you hang around with, you need to stop hanging around them because they ain't shit. They might be good people, but they ain't shit. They can't help you. If you want help, you got to start getting around people and resources that can give you the information to be able to help yourself. If you can't find them in living people, they might be dead people like these books. Or you got to get on YouTube. Matter of fact, since we're on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and notification buttons if you like this. All right, so don't forget, tomorrow I'll be unleashing the first segment of my How to Win at the Business of Life video series, and that's going to have its own little playlist. So every Thursday, what's this, Tuesday? So Thursday I'm dropping that. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. there'll be a new video that's going to help you develop the steps necessary to win at the business of life. And it almost doesn't matter when you decide to start over. Until then, if you don't have that, you can get a signed copy of my book right here, The Reverse Effect, The 7 Life-Changing Principles, where I give a step-by-step process to help you be able to break the chains of your past and unlock the doors to your future. Because, hey, if I can do it, anyone else can do it. No tricks, no hacks, no tips, no multi-level marketing schemes. I show people how they can invest in themselves so that you can start being your own champion and the author of your success. All right, so with that, I'm going to be out. Remember, each one teach one. Always strive to be the strongest version of yourself. Never compare yourself to average people, or you'll never be more than average. See you guys in the next video.